everybody, welcome to Playing with Fire. And today, Homer and me, we're going to talk about Undercover Billionaire show. And since this is the second day of New Year, 2024, let's meditate in the year that passed. And I asked Homer if he saw Jim Carrey's video on that. He says no, which is very amazing because I'm gonna do that for you. So let's meditate in the year that passed.
Okay,
you don't need to close your eyes. You just.
Why did you close your eyes?
I close because I want to meditate.
Okay, what about me then?
So I need to remember all the things that happened in the past year. Okay.
What do I do? What am I doing?
I can't do it. So okay, I'm gonna say what happened. So Jim Carrey was like, I need to let's meditate in the year that passed, and he was like, let's not.
Sounded like a
so it was like all the
year.
Yeah, I can't play Jim Carrey. That was a stupid idea. Okay. So, anyways, let's start. So
thanks for that.
I will show you the original video. That would cheer you up. Okay. Yeah. So why are we talking about that, guys? If you haven't seen Undercover Billionaire show, Billionaires, that was a show I saw a few days ago. I watched 3 episodes, I think because I saw it somewhere else. I think I saw it on YouTube or somewhere. So it was like 15 hours video. I saw it in 2 days.
Wow.
Yes.
I had to emphasize that. Wow. Right into my microphone.
I know. I mean, it's better than seeing Kardashian shows. Or
definitely.
Something.
Absolutely. I agree.
So.
Hey, I binge sometimes too. I binge watch shows. So, no, I understand.
Yeah. And the reason I saw it, first, one of my friends suggested that I need to see that. And for those who don't know what we're talking about, first of all, you can see it and find it in YouTube. And I think it's also in Discovery Channel, maybe Hulu. I'm not sure where else. And the show is a challenge, a 3-month challenge for some billionaires. Very not very known. Honestly, I didn't know some of them, but it's like billionaires, let's say. So these billionaires, they go to a small town somewhere. They will receive $100, one phone with no contact with their family, friends, or like whoever can help them. And the third thing was a old ass truck. That's it, 3 things. And they have 3 months to start a business. And the business needs to be evaluated at the end and need to worth $1 million.
Wow. That's crazy. That's sounds almost impossible.
So that's why I want to see how...
Sounds like a good show.
So at the beginning...
Hey, generally speaking, it sounds like a good show.
Yeah.
But it sounds, doesn't it?
It's a documentary.
Oh, sounds like a good documentary. My bad.
Okay, so honestly, I understand these people they know how this business works.
Okay, yes.
They already are billionaires. Yes. So if you maybe leave me in a town with $100, I will end up being homeless. I'm not sure. But these people... I think I suggest everyone needs to see that, because a lot of idea about how they build that connection, how they create that network. Because one of the things that I'm struggling now as an artist is network. We talked about it. You need to have that network, and that's so difficult. And when you don't know people, specifically for me, it's 1 year in America, and I don't know many people. So creating that network is a challenge. And then when I saw that show / documentary, I was like, oh, the way that they specifically, actually, I want to speak about Gran Cardone.
I want to toast to 2024, and I was like holding this, and then we'll continue. So toast 2024, playing with fire. I was talking way out there, playing with fire. To
you're a little bit late.
Yeah,
you have some delays.
I know. To our future of this podcast YouTube channel. Great conversations, a little bit of bullshit here and there, and just having fun and playing with fire, not getting burned.
Yeah.
Cheers again.
Cheers.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just wanted to do that. I don't know. I really want to do that.
You weren't listening to me. You were just
I did. I totally listened to everything. Watch. Here's a recap. So, documentary. I wasn't listening. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, documentary. The Billionaire. Undercover Billionaire. Gran Cardone. The billionaires. They go to this place with $100, an old truck, and they have to build a business within 90 days out of scratch. And so the interesting thing is, it does sound impossible. And the cool thing that you said, though, is that these people, I'm glad you noticed, most people probably don't, but you noticed that they are professionals at what they do. So it sounds impossible to maybe an average person. Like if they give you $100, you might, spend them and then be homeless. Mm-hmm. But for people like them, they've done this before. They've done it. They're professional, and they're what the fuck is that word?
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult only the first time. When you make your first $1 million, all the millionaires. I mean, I'm not a millionaire, but all the millionaires agree that it's just difficult first million, because then you learn how to create that money. It's going to be easier later. So we have a saying also in Persian. We always say it's always difficult at first. So then you learn it. It's going to be easy. Yeah. So I understand they have this. They have that advantage for any regular person to go in a city, but honestly, I suggest you need to watch that. It's learning the way. I work in multiple different jobs in my life. I was doing marketing, and I was doing a lot of. I'm also artist. I did a lot of jobs, humanitarian, a lot of other job that we can talk about later.
Which I admire. You have a lot of experience, and you've done a lot.
Thank you. So, but when I saw the way that I was questioning myself, how can I create that network for my art? And then when I saw that the way he created that network for him in the first, let's say, 20 days, it was amazing. So he worked. So imagine they dropped him in a city, like he know nobody. Actually, it was almost in the middle of like, what do I call it? COVID, whatever.
In the middle of the pandemic?
Pandemic, that's the word. Yeah, so it was almost there that time period he started, so the businesses were not very active, and the first thing he did, he went to a place first to find a place to sleep. Of course, with $100 you can survive, but then after finding a place to sleep, I suggest you go watch it because I don't want to say everything. But something interesting was he offered to somebody, he was calling the main actors of the city, like the people in power, right? Who he managed to find. He offered that person to help his business with his marketing skills to bring him customers and sell $15,000 in a day. So, and the guy was like, what is the cash? No cash. I'm going to do it for you. So that was his way of creating that trust. I will give you something.
Yeah, improving his skill.
So that was for me as a person, like watching it, was like, he offered something instead of asking for something. Hey, I'm here to help you. So rich people are smart.
True. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I was going to ask. So those are some of the things that you picked up. What are like key highlights for you that you think were very useful as far as something that you took that you can reproduce and use on your own to get results? What do you think?
I think first of all, I need to say, guys, I invited myself to a challenge, 3 months, to build my business, which is my art.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
Yes, and I'm in day 6.
Okay. I'm very interested in knowing how that's been.
So Gran Cardone, if you see this video, I was inspired with your show, Undercover. I mean, it's not his show, he was playing it, but in Undercover Billionaires, to challenge myself 3 months to start my business, which is selling my screenplay and creating that network that I need. So what happened, answering to your question, what I picked from this show. Yeah. First, offer what you have. Okay. So it's difficult for average people, for known millionaires, getting access to those people's word is difficult. It's impossible. There's a big door in your face. They close that door. How can you get access to that word? You need to have something to offer them.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you can offer something, they're going to be listening. Okay, I see you do it. And when he didn't ask for money, he was like, I'm going to do it for you. And he did it because he was talented. He offered something he could do. Don't offer bullshit if you can't do it. That was something interesting. And the second thing was asking, when you offered what you could do, which he did, and you proved yourself that you're a talented person and you have something to offer, don't be fucking cheap.
Charge what you're worth.
Yes, first prove yourself. So some people,
that makes sense.
So some people prove themselves with they have a history of many years of artwork or business work, so they can show their resume. I was working here, and that's my achievement. So that's a proof. So they can get a better job, get a job wherever they want. So, but for him as a person unknown, nobody knows him. He couldn't use his name. He couldn't use his background. Let's see, we are the same situation. Nobody knows me here in America. So how can I do that if I can't use any connection, any name, any background? The first thing is you need to prove that. So some people, as I say, they prove it with their back.
And by the way, because you mentioned you're doing an art, you are amazingly talented with your art. I've seen your drawings. I've seen your paintings.
Thank you.
Holy fucking shit. Seriously. Like, you need to display that. You need to put it like on a separate Instagram or something. Yeah, you really do have. So you have proved your worth. Yeah. Totally.
Problem with multiple talented people is we can't focus on one thing. We're everywhere.
Hey, I mean,
it's multiple gifts, but some people think, oh my God, it's amazing. You're very talented in a lot of things. But honestly, I feel like this is what I believe, between people who are very talented and they do nothing with their art, and those who have no talent but they are trying, practicing, always those people win because they get it.
Fuck those people.
I know. So talent doesn't matter. Look at Hollywood. Come on. Look at Hollywood. I'm a screenwriter. Okay. I'm an inspired screenwriter, they say. Okay. So
you're a screenwriter, that's true. See, there's another talent that you're very good at.
Something. When I watch movies in Netflix or even other shows or other channels or whatever, it pisses me out because I watch those stupid ideas. It's like I feel there is no screenwriter behind that movie. I don't know why did we get here, but let's go. I like it.
Because it's true.
So I watch the movie, no story. I feel like the director and the filmmakers are like all together. Guys, you know what? We have Tom Cruise and we have this and that. Let's make a movie. In this scene, Tom Cruise is gonna jump and that. Yeah, done, cool. And because they just care about marketing and how markets works.
Yeah, Tom Cruise is still cool though.
I like Tom Cruise as an actor, but I mean, I feel like many of those movies.
I like him a lot more than Gran Cardone. But anyways, continue.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is, I use his name as an example.
Yeah, because it is a good example for sure.
I never watched, I watched one of his movie, I think.
Except for Top Gun. That Top Gun, the first one and the last one, awesome movies. We have fucking amazing movies.
What's wrong with us?
Have you seen the last Top Gun?
Yeah, so just see how did we get here.
I know.
Okay, I'm kidding. It's okay. Let's go back, 2 step back.
Yeah.
Take a breath.
Tell me, how are things going? I was so curious. How are things going with your 6th day? What have you experienced with 6 days on that challenge? How's that going? How do you feel at day 6? Do you feel like it's progressing? Do you feel like it's going somewhere? Does it feel more challenging?
It's very interesting. There are a lot of things happening. First thing is, one of the things I tell you, I learned from the show was, first, offer yourself, show them what you can do. Yeah. When you proved it, don't be cheap. Charge them for it. This is my worth, and I want you to do this. And the other things that I learned,
charging you for this.
Yeah, you need to pay. So the third thing is ask for help. You will be surprised. I don't know. I never asked for help, but I heard you will be surprised how people are willing to help when you ask them first for help. And I saw that he and other actual people on the show, I don't remember their names, they were actually asking, and many people offered their support as their skills and their help, their connections. The first connection he created, like the first network, he started with the person he was living in his place, and then ask him if he knows anybody. So asking for that connection. So one moment. Not all the people, I understand.
Yeah.
Let's say 90% doesn't do that for us.
That's true, though. True, yeah.
But you need to start asking.
And then there's a value, though. There's like the difference between what person decides to help and what person decides not to. Maybe the ones that have the most ability to help are the ones that say no. And maybe the ones that have good intention.
They don't have any power.
But yeah, exactly. They have no really way of actually helping, and they say yes.
I know, but maybe we need to get back where we say you need to offer something and then ask for help. That was something he did. You need to offer something.
True. I mean, look, this is a side note, side kind of whatever. I've told you this before. I've talked about this before. Sometimes, though, with this, it's important to realize we don't know how to ask for help. And especially when we come up with someone who does have the ability to help, or is I guess you could say the person with some power, and you're the one that has nothing or no power, you don't really know how to ask for power. You don't know how to set that up to be like, hey, here's a business proposition, or here's just a proposition like, I need your help. Could you mentor me? And even that simple, it doesn't come out. Why? Because a couple years ago, I came across Shia LaBeouf at a coffee shop, and I came across him a couple of times, and I was thinking, okay, my mind was telling me, ask him for help. Ask him, you need a mentor. Ask him, maybe he can be the one to, following that formula. Ask for help, people will help you. First of all, I didn't know how to ask for help because whatever came out of my mouth was not like, hey, I need your help. Could you mentor me or something like that? My whatever it was that I told him was something more along the lines like, I'd like to participate in one of your group theaters that you're participating in. Is that cool? Can I do that? Something like that. And he was like, why? Why do you want to go why, when there's more theaters in this area versus the area that I'm right now helping more people that he was helping that were more in need. Not that maybe he didn't know if I was in need or not, but the point is, based on this neighborhood, he was like, why? There's so many options here. I could have been honest and been like, because you're Shia LaBeouf and you are there, and I am trying to showcase my talent for you because I'm hoping for an opportunity coming from you. Yeah, that's not at all what I said. I didn't say anything. I was just like, oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
I mean, you were brave enough to go. I couldn't even do that. This is so interesting.
Well, there's a good point then. What if, how will you know you'll be brave enough at the moment?
You can when you're asking for help. Because today I was practicing. First of all, let me answer the question of
Gran Cardone says that a lot. First of all, go ahead.
When you say 6 days, what did I do in my 6 days?
Yeah, how's that going?
So I'm actually uploading some videos in my TikTok just to challenge myself, because when you talk about it, people are gonna be like, "What happened? What did you do? What did you do?" And you're gonna ask me now, okay? So, first day I was like, I just tried to do what he was doing with starting those connections. So it was sitting down, start reaching out to people, calling them, sending email. And then I was like, okay, for my screenplay, I need to find connection, like managers, what I call them, agents. And so I need to reach out. For those who don't know, guys, you can't submit your screenplay in America. That doesn't work like that. There's no way to submit your screenplay to any agents unless somebody refers you. There are limited places.
Oh, I see.
There are very limited places which usually they're not very famous or important. Right. So they would accept it. But we're talking about an agent just accepting to read your screenplay. So the reason they don't do that is honestly obvious, because there are thousands of screenplay going, people used to submit them and then they don't have time to read all this, and many of them are honestly bullshit. so they don't want to read all the bullshit. So if you are referred by some other artist, the artist trusts you and thinks you're a good person and you're a good artist, and you refer you to an agent, it means that artists kind of say, hey, this screenplay worth reading. That's a problem. So when you go directly as a unknown artist and ask them, hey, can I submit my screenplay, they were like, no. Have you been referred by somebody? So my plan was, I need to create a connection. I need to find first some agents who are willing to read it without any referral. And the second thing, just reach out to people, and then find screenwriting festivals, find screenwriting events, find any things that you can create that content network. So in first day, I start just finding places. So I've submitted my screenplay to somewhere and asked them for feedback. And actually, after a few days, they sent me the feedback.
Wow.
That was the first time I read a feedback, like a professional feedback about my screenplay. And I cried because it was so beautiful for me that somebody professional thinks my screenplay is beautiful.
And if it's the one that you showed me, yes, I completely agree. Absolutely.
Thank you. I wouldn't do that.
I mean, I knew that before. Like, I knew that your screen was amazing. Thank you. You really are a talented screenwriter. Absolutely.
So I wouldn't do it if I didn't challenge myself. So I gave myself 3 months. True. And I was like, I need to do something. I have 3 months. It's like, I have cancer, I'm dying, I have 3 months, I need to do it. So I start doing a lot of things that I always say, I will do it one day. You know, it's this feeling of like, I will do it one day, you know, and you have all the time. You're not going to die. This is something that we believe, and we think that we can do it later. Someday.
And then
that someday never come. And then I did, because I have 3 months. So I was like, I'm going to do it now. So I sent my screenplay somewhere. They gave me a very good feedback, which now I can show to people, even agents. I was like, guys, I have a good feedback from other places. Can you just read my screenplay? That's something that I did. And then I started searching for different places, like events and whatever happening with screenwriting.
Yeah.
And I found 2 places. One of them was online events with screenwriters. It's like mentoring them to how to get to the industry.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be in January in like 10 days, I think. So I applied for that. I'm going to join that.
Nice.
And the second one is what it called? I forgot. It's women in industry. You needed to pay like $90, but it's a full day in person. You go and it's a workshop. It's a workshop, and there are people like filmmakers, screenwriters, and they're mainly women.
Oh, wow.
When I found it, was like, and I saw last year there was like, wow. And some people from Disney, from Pixar, from different places, they were there. I was like, I need to go there. Yeah. So that's how the connection, that's awesome. That's how you create that network.
Yeah, you figure it out little by little. Yeah.
I mean,
that's awesome.
I know art doesn't have anything to do with business.
Of course it does. Has. Yes, art's sellable. People
but then that
to Hollywood.
So this is
Hollywood's, is
a business. Yeah, for artists, I don't think we look at it as a business.
Yeah.
But that was, I started something. It's 6 days. Yesterday, I was so depressed. I didn't do nothing. I don't know.
Wait. Today's day 6.
Yeah, day 5 was day 5. I was like,
day 5,
what am I gonna do with my
life?
I was
sometimes...
like, I have had an episode of like, I'm a loser. Okay, it's interesting. I wish I could share everything, even the days that you feel shit.
Yeah, I think that is part of. But that's part of the process.
People are cruel in social media.
Yeah, sadly. Why are you so cruel out there?
I got a comment from somebody who told me, don't talk. I was talking about American Dream. I was like, this is my American dream. I'm going to do it. And he was like, American Dream is for intelligent people, smart people who are hardworking, and you definitely are not.
Wow.
I was like, how do you know me?
Exactly. First of all,
how do you know I'm not hard? I don't answer those questions because Gran Cardone told his daughter. I'm actually following him in TikTok.
Nice.
I'm honestly very jealous of his daughter because he has like 14 years old daughter, and he's teaching her how to do the business.
Oh, good.
Also mentoring her daughter about different things, and he told his daughter not to. I love that. What was the word? He was like, you shouldn't feel happy with the good comments when they're saying good things about you, because that means you also allow people to hurt you when they say mean things. And I actually sometimes receive very good comments. People are like, "Oh, you're an amazing person," and I enjoy it. And I was like, "Wow, yeah," because then when those hateful comments coming,
you
they are
also take them personal.
Yes.
Yeah.
So since then,
That's interesting.
I'm not gonna reply to any motherfucker who's just rude.
Yeah, of course not. Fuck those motherfuckers.
Fuck
Bitches.
Fuck you. Fuck. Hey.
Let's play that song.
Fuck you.
Fuck themselves.
Fuck. I forgot the song, but it's interesting. Anyways, go.
So yeah,
Hit me.
I watched about half of the show with Gran Cardone.
Love you, man. Love you. I love him.
So I'm not against the show at all. Like, I have nothing against it. I don't think it's just that there are other things to point out on the other side of the coin, which is basically, you mentioned one of it in the beginning, like let's be honest and let's acknowledge the fact that these people, these billionaires who are taking on this challenge, they are experts. They're already experts. They've already done this. This is like asking an Olympian versus an average Joe or an average person to complete this feat of achievement. If he's an Olympic swimmer, to complete this timing on a lap, a world record type, Michael Phelps like swimming lap time record, to complete it again in a swimming pool that's not in an Olympic arena. He could probably do that because that's what he does. He does it in his practice. So as far as that goes, like, okay, yeah, Gran Cardone, he's an expert. So, I mean, how could you not expect him to know a thing or two about how to build a business? So that's a bit of a setup for the show or documentary of how he is likely to succeed again, because he's already done that. So good for him. But that doesn't mean we can't learn from it. Obviously, we can, and we have. And there are a few or some important details and important learning lessons to take from that, like networking, like asking for help, like, hey, believing in yourself, so, different things.
Who got my money? He was saying that. I love that.
Yeah.
Who's got my
money?
Mine is like who's got my, I don't know. No, I have my screenplay, but who's got my
got your money?
Yeah, actually mine's gonna
Who's got our money? Who's got my money? What? Yeah.
I love that. Okay.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. There was a few things that I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. But at the same time, like, Gran Cardone has been famous before this documentary show. He's been famous for a while as a salesman, as a motivational speaker, how to sell, how to close, car sales especially. I used to be a car salesman, maybe not a good one. But part of our sales training, they always showed Gran Cardone videos.
Oh.
Yes. So I happen to know, like, oh, okay, Gran Cardone. So his trainings is how to close someone, how to talk to someone so that they can buy what you're selling.
I'm a good seller. I could do that. I could do that. I mean, I was good at my job. I remember my when I was doing that, wherever I was going. I mean, like, in one of the places I started, after a month, they asked me to train the staff. Because my sell, like, what do you call it? It was so high.
Skills, yeah.
And they were like, wow, what are you doing? I mean, I was natural in selling.
And that's the thing. Being natural is a huge part of being a good salesman. Yeah, you have to be natural. You have to be talkative with a person.
I need to sell cars. No, I'm kidding.
I don't want to go back to car sales. No, yeah. Please no.
You didn't like it, huh?
No, I did not like it.
Yeah, I don't like working,
Well, okay, so we have some, they're kind of similar in common. But yeah, so part of the show I saw, documentary, I saw that he was selling. He was in an RV place where they sell. So here's the other thing, like, it's okay, but I'm just saying, like, is it a coincidence that even though the documentary and the show, this doesn't take anything away from the valuable things to learn from it, but what I'm saying is there was a lot of things that made it easy for him and maybe that was part of his strengths, but it was a lot easier for him to succeed because he went to places where they were selling things like RVs. He's an expert in sales. He's an expert salesman. Selling RVs, selling mattresses,
That proves
selling
he's
a car.
smart.
It proves that that's his skill, selling.
Yeah, he didn't go somewhere to do art.
Yeah, but wouldn't that have been more of a challenge? More of an actual
Yeah, he doesn't
interesting
want to
challenge?
starve. He just wanted to
Prove,
create that
show off? Okay,
of course.
sure, show
So
off, whatever.
wait. He needed to use his. They didn't say you can't use your skill.
Of course.
And you see that other people who went to other cities. I mean, if you watch them, they also are
Using the
expert
exact
in
same.
something. I mean, not exact 100% not 100% what they know, but they kind of have those skills, so they usually tend to do something that they already know.
Yeah,
It's like,
their skill.
so this is that makes sense.
Yeah, but Gran Cardone's famous, and he's been famous.
I mean, that was a question.
Especially in the sales industry. So that was a huge advantage for him, even though the cameras were like, no, they don't know him here. I'm sure most of the people actually knew him.
You think they knew him?
Yeah, and so they...
I wished he would come to our town and ask me for help. I would help him, and then I would get rich. And they were stupid. But wait, I don't know if you saw that the place that he went to this barbershop and asked them to
I didn't
invest.
get that far.
You didn't see those. I'm sorry. No, I shouldn't call them stupid. No, you're not stupid. He called a bunch of people. He asked the barbershop if he knows people who would be willing to invest. And the guy actually knew some people. He presented his idea and they didn't invest.
They did not?
Yes. And now I think they saw the show. It's like, oh,
well,
shit.
but the thing is, like, see, that's the other thing I don't trust, because it's a show and a documentary, is that how honest and how serious would he take those people on if they're real people, like those barbershop people? Like, most of the time, these people or these the people that they engage with, most of the time they're not 100% like legitimately normal people who have nothing to do with the show. There are people who have been previewed to what the show is.
I don't think. Do you think? I don't know. We can't prove that. We can't prove that. That's the idea.
I think someone can prove that out there.
So, can I say something?
Yes.
Honestly, the fact that there are cameras over there, that's kind of
and that's another influential already.
Yeah, imagine a person asking for help with two big ass camera.
Yeah, they're gonna be like,
I would help him because I don't want to look bad.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but I understand that.
That's another thing.
I think that camera helped maybe 50%,
90%,
which is too much. No, 90%. I wouldn't pay people like thousands of dollars. I don't know. Anyways, but
go below 80. Go ahead.
Unless you're a businessman, he was like offering things to business people, so they kind of know business.
Yeah, business people who happen to be in sales who likely happen to know him or have heard of him.
That would be something, but I don't like the idea.
Very likely.
No, I don't like the idea
likely.
because I'm in my 6 days of challenge.
That's okay. That doesn't mean you're not going to succeed. You can still take on the challenge, continue. That's my other point. It's like there are valuable things to learn from that. Sure, this was a very condensed, summarized 90-day show on how to do it. I think realistically, you can absolutely do it. But it doesn't have to be 90 days.
I know, but if you don't give yourself limited time, you always say, someday I'm going to do it.
As long as you're always working towards it.
I hate that someday. It's not going to come. That day is not coming.
Yeah, but I think the difference between someday...
Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is coming to change you.
Yeah, true. It's all you're only
that day is not coming to...
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't think nobody is coming to save us.
No,
nobody's going to do anything
or they would
for
have
us.
came already.
And when I was a teenager, when I was younger, I'm young now, but I was very younger. I was always waiting for somebody to save me. We need to talk about this idea of somebody saving you. I'm not talking about male-female things like I need a rich man to take care of me. No. It's like there is this dream that someday, and like a magical incidents happen that you meet somebody that can help you with your ideas, your business, your art.
You mean like people thinking of destiny, like I'm just gonna rely on destiny?
When I was younger, I was stupid enough to believe in those shit. One day, when I was doing a fucked up hard work, and which I'm not gonna talk about it unless I will talk about it later. It was very bad, not very cool job. I was like,
understand.
yeah, I was like, I
I've done
just
some fucked up
paused
jobs
1
too
second. I
before
just
for
paused
work.
1 second. It was cold. It was very cold, and I want to go home. I wanted to go home.
And you
And
you
then
realize this
that
job
was the
sucks.
Life sucks.
Oh, life.
And I was like, nobody's coming. Nobody's coming to save you. And the person you're waiting to come and rescue, it's you.
Yeah,
And I
that's powerful.
went to my boss. I was like, hey, man, you're a great person, but fuck
But
you.
fuck you, yeah.
Fuck you.
Hard.
And fuck you.
And sideways.
Fuck you
I
so
don't know what that
hard.
is, but whatever.
And he was like, why? And I was like, because I hate you. I just hate you and your place and everything. And I'm leaving. And he was like, but you're a good employee. I was like, yeah, because I work like a donkey for you. That's a Persian thing. We say work like a donkey, it means like you
It's a
work very...
Mexican thing too.
Oh, you say?
Yeah,
Yeah, because
they're
donkey
como
is a
burro.
hard worker. Donkeys
Yeah.
are hard working.
Yeah, they are.
So I was like, I was working like a donkey for you. So I'm not going to do that again. And he was like, I will pay you more. I was like, motherfucker, you could pay me more. You can pay me more?
You could have done that fucking
Why didn't
from
you do
day
it
one.
earlier? He was like, because you're leaving. So you see?
Oh my god.
And that
Yeah.
was like, yeah, I left my job. Anyways, so that's kind of like my things. I know nobody's coming. That day is not coming. It's today. It's you.
That's a huge realization. And I've had that similar realization, and it's so true. We are in control. We're the only ones that are in control. We're the only ones that will ever be in control, and it's really up to us. And destiny doesn't exist the way we hope that it does, where we can just sit back and wait for it to happen. We create it. It's up to us, and we're the only ones that can save ourselves. We're the only ones that can take us to where we want to go and where we need to be. Yeah. So that's why you will succeed more than what you've already have. You will continue to succeed because you have the right mindset. You understand that you're the only one that can make it happen, and so you will. And so
Nobody's
I will
coming.
too.
Nobody's coming.
Cheers on that.
Cheers. Who got?
Huh?
Who's got our money?
Who the fuck has our money?
Bring it here.
Zelle, Venmo. We're gonna post our accounts. All right, y'all can start.
Okay,
sending
guys,
our money.
what do you think? What do you think? First of all, go watch that show. Second of all,
Yeah, go watch it. Yeah.
follow us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. No, we don't
Follow
have
us
this.
on where? Where should they follow us? We're not even sure where.
Where are we? I mean, no. Honestly, we're on YouTube. First of all,
Yes,
it's
YouTube.
called Playing with Fire,
Because
and
we like to play with fire and
yeah, this one
sometimes
was
get burnt.
yeah. And the second one is in TikTok. You can
Yes.
follow us in TikTok, and
Spotify.
that's the most important. Why did I forget that? That was the first thing I needed to mention. Anyways, so follow us on all those,
Go
and
find us.
yes, and let us know what do you think.
Yeah, totally. Because if we have a little extra time, do you still have a little bit of extra time? Okay. So
Do we have extra time? Yeah, good.
a couple of the things that I noticed on this show documentary is that yes, he does have a lot of advantages working towards him. At the end of the day, there's so many documentaries. Have you seen Naked and Afraid on Discovery?
Mm-mm.
The documentary is about people who decide that if they can take on another challenge, a group of people, let's say like 5 people, will take on a challenge. They will be dropped off in somewhere in the Amazon, somewhere.
Oh, I saw some small like video clip of
Yeah.
it. Yeah. I saw.
The challenge is they're going to be completely naked.
Naked.
So there's no clothes, and they can only choose one item from a list of items. That could be a shovel, maybe more than one item, but very limited. Maybe a shovel or matches or a lighter or a poncho or a knife or something, rope, but one thing. They can only choose one thing. Whatever they choose, it'll be their tool that may or may not help them in their survival. For as long as they can survive and out-survive the other members of the group, as they're naked and usually afraid in the wild, in the Amazon. They're given nothing else. They have to figure out how to build their own shelter, how to find their own food, how to survive. And often they don't last very long because either they get bitten by animals, mosquitoes, or other insects, or they get sick from the water, or they don't have enough to eat, and so they get hungry and they quit, or they get too cold. So many things, but most of them don't survive very long, or they don't last very long. And that's a real documentary.
But I mean, show me how to survive in a fucking real world, man.
Yeah.
That's
That's
helpful.
I mean, we're live, right?
I mean, are we?
I mean, are we? Maybe this is a simulation, and this is just part of
need to
another conversation too.
I don't know what people are
simulation.
interested. Show me how to do business. Show me how to make $1 billion. Where should I go and survive in that part?
The point is that it's just a show, and when the cameras are off, they're
my
fed.
cat is just playing with the camera.
Yeah, they're fed. There's a lot of cheating behind the scenes, behind the cameras.
Yeah, they will die. I mean, so you're trying to connect that to
of course
Undercover Billionaires.
Yes, there's times where the cameras are off. There's a set where when the cameras turn off, when they have pause in between scenes, he's going to catering, and he's having an awesome meal.
How
by
do you
production. Because it's a production. And that's
Who
how production.
said that?
It's a production.
No.
It's on TV. It's filmed by. How do I know that? I didn't, but now we can. Let's look at the credits. There's credits. There's going to tell you who's a production company, who was the caterer, who everything.
Stupid.
Who's crafting all the snacks that they ate in between. Like, oh, I only have $100. No worries. I'll just wait for my break because I'm an employee. He's an employee of SAG, and that production is an employee of SAG. Therefore, he has rights that have to be followed by SAG guidelines, and he has to eat. He has to eat every certain hours. He has to have a break from production every certain hours. So he had his coffee break, and he had his snack break, and he never spent $100 because he didn't have to. He was an employee of this production. He was an actor in this reality show. I'm so sorry to just but it doesn't mean that it's not possible.
No,
It's still, it's like a teacher, right? He's still a teacher.
So why are you so dark? You want to prove to? I mean, I don't understand you. What is wrong with you?
Nothing. I'm just exposing another side of reality.
This is a motivational video. It's not
It
about
is.
and podcast.
Y'all.
In this episode, we're talking about good stuff, and you're just trying to give those people who have excuse and they always find excuse not to try.
That's a good point too.
I was like, hey, don't worry, stay lazy.
No, don't stay lazy. You can do it. You can try. However, don't think that because experts did it in 90 days that you'll do it in 90 days. Because what happens after 90 days if they don't do it? They're going to be like, then it's not.
They will do it in other 90 days. It's okay.
What if they quit because they're like, it's not worth it? I tried.
I don't honestly. Can I say something?
Yeah, sure.
After 6 days, I did.
You can always say something.
Yeah. Thank you. After 6 days, I did some stuff, which if I continue doing the same things every day, reaching out to some people, trying to participate in different festivals, I would learn things. And I would meet people.
Yes.
There's no way that after 90 days, I will be the same person with same skill that I was the first day.
Yeah.
So any reasonable person after 90 days, even if you don't sell your screenplay or you don't sell your product and you don't make your first $1 million, any reasonable person would be like, oh yeah, I didn't make $1 million, but look at me, I changed.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they're not gonna say, okay, fuck it doesn't worth it, because they change, and that change is amazing.
Yeah, that is true.
So,
and yes, I must agree and clarify, I am not attempting to kill any dream.
He is.
No.
You are.
No, I swear. I really do support the effort, because you have nothing to lose but everything to gain. You really do.
Why are you smiling?
Because I believe in what I'm saying. You have nothing to lose.
Okay, I smile when I don't believe. It's like, hey, you can do it. Don't worry. You can do it.
No, I swear. You can. Because what if you do... No, sorry. Let me rewind. Not what if. You will come out a better person at the end of
course,
that.
That's the point.
Yes, absolutely.
If a challenge doesn't give you 100% of what you want, but give you 20%,
Yeah.
Still worked.
But see, I think that's what they should have done. They should have told you that. They should have said,
They
like,
didn't
listen.
care. They were just like, we're doing this.
Of course
Whatever
they don't
you
care.
want, just pick it.
They just want people to view them. They're yours.
I respect rich people. Any rich person watching this video, I'm sure they're not going to watch it because they don't have time for they're listening to anything.
It's okay.
Yes, they're rich. If I'm rich, I'm going to go to my island. I'm not going to listen to any podcast. I mean, I might listen to some podcasts. But just playing with fire. The only thing...
Hey, that was the chair, by the way. Whatever that sound was. That was the chair.
Oh, I tell you, we need to change the chairs because it sounds like a fart. Just look at it, move it.
It was a chair.
Yeah. Anyways, so what I was saying.
You're gonna go to an island and you're not gonna give a fuck about any podcast.
No. I was saying if any rich person is watching this video or listening to our podcast, I love all the rich people. I respect you too much. You are hardworking. These people, they don't understand you. These people are just lazy people. They don't appreciate your skills, your talent. Hire me as a personal assistant. Teach me all. No, not personal assistant. I don't have anything to offer. Just hire me. No, don't hire me. I need a mentor.
Yes,
I would do anything. Like cooking. I am a good cook. Just teach me what you know, and then that's it. Thank you so much. Specifically, Gran Cardone.
Okay, so here's the thing. You just offered
cooking.
Yeah, which is not necessarily. Maybe you're a great cook. But
I'm an amazing cook.
Okay, you are an amazing cook, but you have other amazing skills, which is
they don't care about my art.
Why not? There are business people out there.
Why cares about my screenplay?
Well, Gran Cardone isn't the only person out there.
I mean, anyways, I thought I was imagining him watching my video. I was like
it could be, Warner Brothers.
Oh yeah, if you see this video,
Sony.
I don't know how to cook. I mean,
you have great skills, which is art, writing. Continue.
I wish you were a powerful person in industry. You believe in me.
I am, and I do.
Yeah,
what?
I mean you're an artist too, guys. If you don't know, he's an actor. Yeah.
Well, I can't say no because yes,
he's an actor. He's a talent. Hopefully, one day you'll be. I mean, one of us needs to get to that point to help the other person.
Yeah.
Guys, follow us, help us to get that point.
Yes, reminds me. You talked about your script, and you have to include me in your script as a character in your.
You can play one of the crows.
One of the who?
Crow.
The crowd?
Crows. Crow. Is that crow in English? Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. We should fire him. I'm sorry. Before this, I was telling Homer.
Sound effects.
Yes, I was telling Homer we need to fire him, fire Sammy because he's not doing a good job. But no, you're talented.
Reconsidered, yeah.
Yes,
great
you
sound
are.
effects.
I mean, I know we're not paying you. I'm sorry. One day we'll pay you. So what do you think? One of my you don't. I mean, there were some characters that they were transformed between human and crows.
I think it was an extra. Yeah.
No, it was an extra.
Stuff. Yeah.
The white crow was an extra. Yeah. So, anyways, we will talk about it later. But yeah, I mean, hey.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, let's wrap it up, guys. If you want to support us, feel free. Just share our podcast with your friends, and also you can follow us on YouTube and TikTok, Playing with Fire,
and Spotify. Yeah.
Anything. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not very.
It's okay.
Yeah. Anyways, that's for you. You can advertise that one.
Yeah. You heard that, Spotify? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Until next time, it's time for a refill anyway. So until next time, Playing with Fire. Oh, thank you. You are awesome. Playing with Fire.
Cheers.